Welcome to day 175 of the Let's Grow annual challenge. We're almost halfway through the year, which is an awesome accomplishment. Even if all you've done is pop in and find out what the day's topic is, you will automatically be starting to think about that and adding that as a growth area in your life. Because every time we're exposed to something that we tune into and actually listen to, even if you don't listen to the whole video, even if you don't do the action item, although I will say, if you do the action item, you will get exponentially more results and better results than if you just listen and if you just listen to bits and pieces. But that is my experience. Maybe that's not your experience. Maybe you just need a little snippet to get your mind going and putting forth the action and effort that you need to improve in any area or aspects of your life. Well, this month we're focusing on relationship growth, and today is the day we are hopping into our growing process. Step one of the growing process, of course, is to set a goal. Set a SMART goal. We use the SMART framework because a lot of the reason is everybody else does that. So if you talk about that, a lot of people will understand what you're talking about. It also covers all the bases in terms of what we want to include in our goals when we're goal setting so that we're more likely to achieve those goals. It's a framework that's become super duper popular. So I'm like, last year we did our own framework. This year, we're just going to use the SMART framework like everybody else does, but we're going to make sure we actually apply it and use it and do it in a way that works for us. So today, the reason we do the goal first for growing process, and that's our first goal, is because that points us to and creates the vision of where we want to be. Our goal is what we want this relationship to look like. Well, Montana, in Guide 2 of Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page, will be following us throughout the whole growing process through the end of the month. And we used the 7 why exercise to help her identify what was most important to her. We can ask why, and you know, if you've ever been around a toddler, you know, they all go through a phase where they ask why about everything, and you feel like your head's going to explode because they ask why so many times, and they ask why about things that we as adults haven't even ever thought about since we were probably 2 or 3 years old. But when we ask, and that really gives us no value added material. Asking or trying to figure out why somebody else or something else happened outside of yourself is almost always a great big waste of time because we don't ever really know. The only thing we ever really know, and that's by using exercises like the 5 or 7 why exercise, is what motivates us, what drives us, why we behave and act and think and believe certain things. That's insight into ourselves that's very, very valuable. So Montana's using the 7 why exercise. I just ran through it before starting the video today with the relationship I'm doing. And I decided, as I was thinking about it and doing it, I'm doing the relationship with my mom. And I asked 7 whys to get down to what's my core value and what's my core reason for wanting to do that. Well, it's because bottom line, I think that my mom is an incredible mother and grandmother and great-grandmother, incredible woman and a great role model. And I feel like the better our relationship, and I'm just skipping right to the bottom of all the 7 whys. I think by getting to know her better and what makes her tick and how she thinks and how she feels and how she does things as a mom and grandma and great-grandma will help me to be a better mother and a better grandma. That's the bottom line of why I want to get to spend more time with her. She's up for the summer. We went and got her at the airport yesterday. So she's also 87 years old and had a really, really tough year health-wise. We've all had our own health challenges. But so that is the bottom line going through the 7 why exercise. How I came upon, after I decided what relationship I wanted to do, I ran through the 7 whys. I've done before I've done almost every relationship that I've got or want to have through a 7 why exercise. That's how powerful it is. I have to thank Dean Graciosi, who got it at a mastermind group. And it's simply the 5 why exercise where you ask why about something a series of 5 times. Well, why that? Why that? Why that? And there's everywhere in the Get Up and Go Challenge private Facebook group page, at least 5 or 6 times in the Let's Grow Annual Challenge page. If you just search 7 whys, WHYS, I think it's how I usually spell it, you'll get a whole bunch of examples of how to apply and how to do that exercise versus me going through the steps of it again. But SMART goal, our action item today is to do the 7 why exercise to really get to the core of why we're working on this particular relationship, as well as set a SMART goal for the relationship that you've selected. I haven't done it yet, but I will. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and trackable, or a way to measure it. And we'll do all those things as we go through the rest of the growing process. But I like to have the target framework set up right in the beginning. I want to know where I want to go so that tomorrow, when we do the R, which is results now, meaning what's our current situation, it creates the gap between where we are and where we want to be, which motivates us automatically, even at a subconscious level, to actually start taking action to move from where we are to where we want to be. That's why I always want to start with, where do we want to go? What's the top of the mountain? What's the goal for you? That's what we want to identify first. So, action item today, SMART goal and 7Y exercise to help drive you through the rest of the process with reasons that are important and relevant to you. Any questions? What do? You ask, of course. Otherwise, you have a fantastic Sunday where I am right now. Don't know when you're listening to this, but it happens to be Sunday where I am. So enjoy your day. Have an amazing day. Do this. It's some of the most rewarding work you can ever do is on yourself. Any questions? I am here to help. I'm still on couch potato status for at least another week. So I am available to help. Have an awesome day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow for the R of our growing process. Have a great day.